Testing, testing. Good evening, race fans. Welcome into race 6 of 15 here tonight for the Mike Shepard Memorial 200 here at the Michigan International Speedway, the beautiful Irish Hills of Michigan, here at the 2-mile oval. Race information is as follows: 2 laps of qualifying to set the grid, 100-lap main event. Stage break will be at lap 25. 70% fuel capacity gives us an estimated fuel run of 27 to 31 laps. 4 total tire sets, 1 starter set, 3 in the pits, 0 fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers if needed to settle the score here tonight. Heading in towards the midway point of the regular season, points will be more important than ever as drivers look to continue to build some momentum and get themselves in a great position for the playoff push. Let's show you the points as they entered into tonight, and then we'll get you out on track for qualifying as some of the drivers are coming out for their out lap. So here is the championship standings as everyone entered into tonight. Let's just quickly... There we go. Mark Whitley, 32-point lead over Josh Saxton. Nathaniel Landwehr, Casey Brunch, and Kyle Ritchie are top 5. And all the way down to some guys looking... On the outside looking in, Tony Skibble, Ethan Toder, Ryan Tiller, Zach Scare. Really from 9th to 18th, just around 30 points or so. So it's going to be very competitive for the cut line. Kind of got a top 8 that have separated themselves from the rest of the field. So very competitive for that top 8, and then everyone else chasing to get in on the back half of the playoff standings. So looking forward to that. Qualifying. Josh Saxton sets out on his first lap. He was quickest in practice. We'll see what this 6 machine can do in qualifying. Mark Whitley also quick. As Jonathan Mazzella currently top of the table, 38.83 as the 6 machine comes off turn number 4 underneath the apron, legal here at Michigan. The Express Esports driver will go top of the board, 38.67. That is the benchmark to beat. Almost holding it wide open into that second groove. And those left side tires just above that first seam, track it out to the wall. Minimize the input down the back straightaway to keep as much speed up as possible as you head off into turn number 3, which just feels that little bit tighter. Turn 4 seems to come out and grab these drivers a little bit more so than turn 2. point it down towards the start-finish line. Will try and improve on his time. Thaxton, his second lap, unable to improve. Mark Whitley, he can manage a 38.86. So the only man in 38.67 is Josh Thaxton, looking for his first win of the season. Been very consistent thus far, and he's looking for that little bit extra to break through to victory lane. Randy Arms, his second lap. It was a 38.9. His second lap, 38.84. Slight improvement there, good enough for P5. Corey Blevins coming off turn number 4. His first lap, 39.06. Mike DeWalt jumps up into the top 10. Corey Blevins goes 12th. Ryan Von Henschel, 20th on his first lap. Michael Davis just finished his second. Goes 15th. Let's go on board with Von Henschel. The second half of his final lap. Let's go on board with the driver of the 45 machine. Just under a minute left, and Larry McDonald's out for his warm-up lap. He should have time to at least get one in. Von Henschel quicker in the first sector on his second lap. Can he improve in the second half of his second lap? Comes down towards the line, 39.10 to a 38.86. So that's top 10 for Von Henschel. Larry McDonald only did the one lap, 39.68. Did not have time for his second, so he'll be 27th out of 27. Brandon French, Daniel Hashi, Zach Scare, Travis DeLeon, Michael McElroy, and Ben Thomas not electing to qualify, so we could have up to 33 drivers take the green flag here tonight. We'll see if that happens. Mike DeWalt getting some pit entry practice, always useful. This qualifying is officially over. Josh Thaxton, top of the board. So we are getting ready to grid up. Let's get a quick word. I think we have Thaxton in voice. Or he was at one point. Don't see him now. So, oh, there he is. Here with the driver of the number 6 machine, Josh Thaxton, quickest in practice and in qualifying. What's it going to take for you to be quickest over the course of 100 laps and complete the trifecta and park it in victory lane here tonight?
A lot of tire savings. You can drive it really hard and fast, but you're just going to kill the right front and it's going to die. So you're going to have to save that right front all night. Definitely. Maybe if a short run comes to the end.
Definitely. I know a lot of people have mentioned kind of the iRacing Oval refresh. I thought of Michigan as one of the tracks that, you know, delivered some good racing in the past, but what do you expect tonight with kind of the updates that have made in the last couple of weeks? Expect it to be pretty racy out there?
It's hard to tell because I raced in Legacy, Michigan. The bottom was like the second groove was still the faster groove, and it seems like it is here too. Maybe it'll widen out since we got a lot of drivers, but I don't think it will.
All right, well, if that's the case, no better place to be than starting on that first place position. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
We'll see if that second groove remains to be king. I know you can kind of get to that third and fourth groove, like he mentioned. It'll mostly burn that right front up, though. So we'll see how it works here tonight. I always thought Michigan was a fantastic track to come race at. I always thought it was really flowing, and it felt rewarding to put in some consistent lap times. William K. Price continues his very impressive string of qualifying positions. Looking to turn those into more top 5s and top 10s. Sean Anderson won a thriller here in Season 8 on fuel mileage to get the job done. He'll start P3. As everyone has gridded up, it looks like we have everybody but Daniel Hashi, so it'll be 32 drivers back to Ben Thomas. Bunch of good-looking race cars. As we all begin to get out for our one and only pace lap. Let's just fix something real quick. Actually, yeah, there we go. Glad I double checked. And there we go. Everything is set up. We're ready for a good race, 100 laps. Shout out to my co-commentator Art, who's a little bit under the weather tonight. We gave him the day off. Did not take his Flintstone gummies, but I hope he's feeling better. Got 32 drivers ready to put on a great show. I picked to win coming off turn number 4. Give me Sean Anderson. He won here last season. I think he'll get it done here again tonight. Pace car is off. Josh Thaxton will lead the field of 32 to the Geico restart zone. Flagman has the green flag in hand, and we're underway. Looks like that's Jonathan Schwartz already taking a peek for 3 wide. Can do that here at Michigan. Very wide, very flowing. Already got cars up against the wall. Cade Ferguson, James Goodwin. So it'll be easy to make up spots on the restart. You're just going to have to worry about that tire management. Like Thaxton mentioned pre-race, as we already have a side-by-side battle for second. Sean Anderson and William K. Price going at it. Looks like Thaxton's going to come down and pull Anderson with the draft down the front stretch. And already, Nathaniel Landwehr, he's up 2 positions. Now make it 3. He heads off into turn number 1 for the second time, side-by-side with Von Henschel. Got something going on. Oh, my goodness. Graphical failure on my part. Let me just, yeah. How about that? The whole field exploded, but they're actually okay. Thank goodness. A couple cars are trying to regain bits and pieces of bodywork and things and such. Jonathan Mazzella driving really good as a modified. That's not actually the case. I have never seen something like that before. Landwehr quickest. Now Landon Quisenberry back in the draft. He was quickest. And that's 75. Raising Kane's machine. That's Sean Anderson. Getting a little squirrely. He's dropping down the order, down 6 spots. Quisenberry up 6. Lucas Reed down 7 to some big comers and goers already in the first 3 laps. So it looks like we're getting a little overloaded with the something or other. CPU potentially. Let's see if we can figure out to get rid of that. But we're 3 wide for the race lead. Price down to the inside. Randy was taking a peek to the outside. Randy gets up to that second position. Mark Whitley's up 5 spots, and Schwartz up 8. In that third groove very effectively. They're all trying to snake. Thaxton trying to break the draft off of turn number 4. Randy right in his tire tracks. Some beautiful racing thus far. Go further back through the field. William Bowman up 3 spots. Michael Davis down 7. So a lot of guys able to make some moves and get up through the field. Quisenberry's up 9 spots. Trying to make it 10 to get into that top 10 to the inside of Mike DeWalt. And he'll do so. Two cars. Daniel Hashing. Oh, he's going to get turned on the front stretch by Von Henschel. Back into the wall for the 75. Does everybody miss him? Yes. Except for Ben Thomas, very late. And then it looks like there was some stuff after the caution. Let's take a look. It turned. Oh, that thing is broke. Side by side with a 45. 45's at the wall. He's going to come down. Maybe a little bit of netcode, but it almost reminds me of, what was that Brad Keselowski and Austin Dillon at Michigan last season, or 2 seasons ago. Can't even remember at this point, but the 45's coming way down, trying to get in that draft with everybody else. 75's already there. Yeah, 45 just comes down, misjudges. Hooks the 75. And then Mike DeWalt gets into the back of the 45 with that checkup. Casey Brown's going to get involved. And then he'll eventually get turned. Mike DeWalt's night is done. William Bowman, the 69 machine. I believe that was Zach Scare. Or Joseph McGill, sorry. Getting involved. So a huge chain reaction further down in the wreck. DeWalt spinning like a top. William Bowman already in the grass. He gets hit. Michael Davis barely avoids it. McGill's night is done. And then what? Ben Thomas's night is done. And then let's take a look here. 35 just starts rolling, and I think the 2 just misjudges where it's going to be. My goodness, what a... So 28th on back. And Larry McDonald did the smart thing there, came to a dead stop. Let everything else play out. And watches all that chaos.
A burn most of that off.
Here with the limited esports guys, Larry McDonald, William K. Price, both starting out pretty solid. William, you're up inside the top 5 battling for the lead. Larry McDonald, you did the right thing. Came to a dead stop and watched everyone else just kind of pile in there on that front stretch. What's your takeaway?
Well, in the trucks, I would have drove around it, but because that's where I'm more comfortable. But I'm just listening to what William says because, you know, he's able to run anything.
Yeah, that was there was the initial spin, and then kind of all heck broke loose after that, and cars bouncing up off the inside wall and back up into the track. And you just said, all right, if we stop, no one will hit us. And,
well, I was surprised Quisenberry got creamed afterwards.
Right. But that was the right play. I mean, you gained probably 4 or 5 spots just by not being involved, and no blown engine for you, so you'll gain a bunch of free spots from that.
Absolutely, just playing it safe.
That's the way to do it. And then, William, like you said, you've been qualifying really well and for the last several weeks and had some strong results to show for it, and you were battling for the lead here inside of the first 10 laps.
Yeah, just trying to take it easy right now, though. If I didn't have a problem with letting those guys go on the outside, just trying to save my stuff.
Absolutely, but yeah, both had some strong starts, and it's still early on, long way to go, but looking forward to seeing what you guys can do the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot,
Appreciate
Maxwell.
Yeah, have a good one.
Thanks.
Yes, that is 4 or 5 cars. Quisenberry, I mean, his engine wasn't blown, but the toe is massively broken. Bowman, I believe, blew his engine. Joseph McGill definitely did. Ben Thomas, I don't think his popped. Mike DeWalt's did. But in terms of being competitive and fighting for a solid finish, yes, I mean, they're done. And then Casey Brown got some damage. Von Henschel, looks like he double pitted. Most everybody did not pit. Looks like Schwartz did. He took tire. He's going for his beautiful alternate strategy that we know he loves to do. He's going to try and get the stage win. He'll have the fresh tires to do it. And it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. As he will have 16 laps to get it done. With the restart on lap 10. So we'll reset the field with 27 cars on track and on the lead lap. Mike DeWalt has already called it quits. We'll see if any of the other guys from our first caution tonight, if they get back out on the track. Pace car is off. Mark Whitley in the lead. We've said that a time or two before. In the first 6 weeks of the season, he gets a great jump, and he is gone. See, looks like Schwartz actually did not get the best restart. If you remember last week at Gateway, he tried to go from worst to first in the closing laps with new tires to win the stage. 15 laps here at Michigan, a lot longer, so he'll have plenty of time. He's back in 20th. We're having a certified Xfinity moment here tonight. See how long we can hang on. Kate McClenny with the raid. Thank you very much, as we are just going through something right now. Holy cow. We're in the early stages of the Mike Shepard Memorial 200, sponsored by Kevin Bowley. Shout out to him for securing the naming rights to this race. He currently resides inside the top 15 in that 99 machine, up 10 spots from where he started. A little bit of left side damage. He's right there with Shorts. He's on that new strategy. He picked up 4 spots in 1 lap with those fresh tires. He'll look to pick off the 12 of Travis De Leon. Turns 1 and 2. Ooh, a little bit of contact off of turn number 2 there. 12 got a little loose on the exit. Next up for the 58 is Billy Davison. But he's got it planted in that second groove. 58 is moving through the field right now, up to 14th. As we are halfway through our one and only stage here this evening. It does look like Von Henschel had to come in and pit, so he'll be a lap down all by himself. So he'll be waiting for that lap 25 caution to get the lucky dog, assuming nobody else goes a lap down. Mark Whitley starting to pull away, half a second over Thaxton. We'll see if Thaxton's able to save some tires. When he talked to us pre-race, he said that was the most important thing, is to save that right front. And that's Von Henschel again, spinning down onto pit road. So not sure what happened there. We were having just some problems with iRacing specifically, don't think. Well, it is what it is. We'll kind of tough it out here till the lap 25 caution, then we will do what needs to be done to resolve this. Side by side, William K. Price, Corey Blevins for 4th. Blevins up 8 spots. Shorts up to 11th. He's hunting for stage points. On the outside of Cade Ferguson for 10th, just ahead of him, Jonathan Mazzella, Lucas Reed side by side. Let's go on board here with Shorts. Mazzella just gives him half a lane, but that's all he needed. Use that high side to good effect. He'll get around Lucas Reed and Mazzella in 1 lap, up to 8th. And he's still got 10 laps to make up 0.8 of a second with those fresh tires. He's looking really good for the stage win right now. But he does have to complete 7 more passes. He's going to go all the way down to that first groove. They are 3 wide on the exit. William K. Price was the meat in the sandwich, but Sean Anderson backed out of it. Schwartz is going high and low to get around with it. Just like that, Thaxton all over the back of Mark Whitley. I don't know if they realize that Schwartz is all over him as Whitley gives the inside to Thaxton. Corey Blevins continues his charge up the field. He's 3rd, almost contact between your 2 leaders. We'll see if Whitley gets the run off the high side. He doesn't. And they are at a deadlock down the back straightaway. Thaxton will drive it in just a little bit deeper. He's trying to get clear. slide up in front of that 77. He'll be able to do so. Schwartz up to 5th. And now Thaxton will try and break the draft. Whitley, though, back to the outside. Not going away quietly. Schwartz to 4th. He has plenty of time to get these moves done. Almost runs over Corey Blevins. Look at his inside off turn number 2. And he does get to the left rear quarter panel. He's just able to get back to the throttle first. Thaxton was able to get clear of Whitley. Doesn't have a whole lot of drafting help yet, but here comes the 77 and the 6 as they move down to pick up Schwartz as they're trying to break the toe from each other. Schwartz still not clear of the 24, but he's still pressuring the 77. And now he's clear off turn number 2, down the back straightaway, closing in on Mark Whitley. Only a handful of drivers in the 39-second bracket. And that is Thaxton with the clean air, Schwartz with the fresh tires, and James Goodwin on fresh tires as well, trying to charge up through the field. He pitted with Jonathan Schwartz. And Kevin Boley cutting some grass on the front stretch. He does save it, though. Big send there from the 58. 77 comes up and cuts him off. Slides up right in front of him. Coming to 5 laps to go. Schwartz does need to get this move done pretty quick. We'll have the momentum from the high side. Pulls right up to the back bumper of the 77. Going to push him down the front stretch. As they both close in on Thaxton. Practically being pushed through the corners by that 58. Oh, he's into the wall! Whitley into the wall, carried too much speed, probably thanks to the push down the front stretch from Schwartz. 58 will pull out of line, and he should get clear this time by. He does slide up right in front of that 77. And now he has 4 car lengths to Josh Thaxton with 7-lap fresher tires. We've got 4 laps to get it done. Needs a 10th of a lap per second. See if he can get it done. Even if he doesn't, it's a great move to maximize his stage points. He's up 10 spots. He has closed in half, a 10th of a second. Down the back straightaway, needs another 10th on the next lap, but getting the move done is going to be hard. Fighting for the stage win. Thaxton's not going to let it go easily. Out of turn number 4. Gap is exactly 0.3 of a second. But he is in the draft of Thaxton with 3 laps to go on the stage. James Goodwin has gained 12 positions. So his strategy to take tires also paying off. Gets him 1 singular stage point. Gap is a car length and a half. Schwartz was a 10th and a half quicker last lap. What can he do here? Needs to probably get the move done on lap 24 because 1st to 10th is only 2 seconds, so you don't want to risk it on that last lap. Caution's going to come out pretty quick. Top 2 separated by exactly 1 car length. How aggressive does Schwartz want to be in turns 1 and 2? All over the back of that 6 machine. And you get a good run out of turn number 2. You have to make a move down to the inside and hope that it sticks. Here comes Jonathan Schwartz for the lead and the stage win. Into 3 and 4. Thaxton driving it in hard around the outside. Who can get back to the throttle first? Looks like it's going to be Schwartz with those fresh tires. Thaxton going to try and side draft them back, though, at the line. Schwartz has it by a nose. Now he's just got to hold him off for 1 more lap, drive it in deep. On the inside, Thaxton not giving it up easy, though. And this will be a fight all the way to the green and checkered flag. As Thaxton actually has half a nose ahead. Heading down into 3 and 4. He's getting that run off the top side. Short's going to have to make a big move. Thaxton, though, is the one that drove it in deep. Short's going to have to get back to the throttle. Can he get the move done? Half a car length ahead. Coming down to the line. Thaxton coming down to side draft. It's going to be a photo finish for the stage win. Yellow is out. Shorts does have it at the line. Just barely. While we reset the running order, we'll work on getting the connection issues fixed, and I'll be right back after we play some commercials from the amazing sponsors of the LSRL. We are back from the pit stops under the first and only stage. Shorts came in first, left first, Thaxton third, Landwehr, Thaxton second, Landwehr third. A couple guys still on pit road getting some double pit stops done. And Corey Blevins all the way down in 27th. Quisenberry is back on the racetrack, so he'll get some free spots compared to those that were in the wreck with him. Not a whole lot, but just a couple. Von Henschel's still going. He had a couple issues coming in under green. So not sure what was up with that. But he is still out there. And hopefully the internet issues have been resolved on our end of things. Looks like they have at least stabilized for the time being. Everything is okay. So Shorts will lead from Thaxton, Landwehr, Mazzella, Randy Arms, your top 5. William K. Price, James Goodwin, Cade Ferguson, Ryan Tiller, Samuel Demien will be your top 10 here. We had the one caution on lap 6. Von Henderson will turn down into Landon Quisenberry, setting off a chain reaction, later collecting William Bowman, Mike DeWalt, Joseph McGill, and Ben Thomas. And Schwartz won the stage in a thriller photo finish with Josh Thaxton. Schwartz took an alternate strategy, pitted for 4 fresh tires under the first yellow, and those tires were the difference, so he gets the stage points. 10 of them and a playoff point. And he is on track to make the playoffs, so that'll come in very handy for that 58. He has the lead here. Coming down for the restart, lap 29. Getting pushed by his teammate, good teamwork there. Let's crank it up here, lap 30. And there was a crash further back during that cranking up. I believe it was Larry McDonald, Corey Blevins. They're 3 wide. Is that 42? Billy Davison just come down. Quisenberry involved again. And I don't know if this... I don't think Larry McDonald would have necessarily done anything wrong here. Off of turn number 2, they're 3 wide. Billy Davison way up top. A little bit of net code, but I do think that the 42 comes down more than that 80 comes up. Yeah, 80 hardly comes up at all. 42 comes down. Big net code gets into the 80, into the 24. And the 75 does send that 80 back down the racetrack. But him and Blevins, neither of them hit anything. Will be at the back of the field, though, with some worn-out tires. Not ideal after only 2 laps in the stage. You saw Schwartz and Thaxton going at it immediately on that crank it up 2. And Von Henschel back on a lead lap, though. That'll actually give Landon... Well, actually, Quisenberry was in that wreck, so never mind. So nobody gets the lucky dog. Left front doesn't look like it's moving for that 75. Scare coming in. Billy Davison coming in. Sean Anderson coming back in. Wonder if this is related to fuel. It's right about 30 laps. So from here you think 33, 63, 93. So maybe you're trying to get to lap 70 somehow from here. I think that might be why Sean Anderson's coming in. He won last season on fuel mileage. Potentially looking to do it again. You would need a double pit on 34 and save a bunch of fuel to try and get you to lap 70, and then there you go. Driver update redemption from Race Affinity. Who you want to hear from? Or hear about? Brandon French in the 3 machine. Started all the way back in the 31st position. Didn't qualify, but he's doing a nice job so far. Keeping a clean number 3 machine. He's up 12 spots to the 19th position, doing a nice job. French in the 3. But no other takers for pit stops. I imagine we could see... Yep, Sean Anderson's going to come double pit for fuel. This will be just a really quick stop for him. We see about 4 seconds. He'll come down. We won't see the gas man come out, but that's what will happen. He'll be on pit road about 4 seconds here. Larry McDonald coming back down. Gas goes in. Sean Anderson goes back out. Let's see, Larry McDonald. Looks like about the same thing for him. And still on pit road, must be said, William Bowman, Joseph McGill, and Ben Thomas. They have not officially been ruled out, but they're just fighting amongst themselves now, should they come back out. Quisenberry was the first to come back out from that lap 7 caution. He's many laps ahead of them, but many laps behind 27th, so he's kind of stuck in 28th. And then Mike DeWalt, the only car officially out of the race, in 30th. Coming back for the restart here. It'll be lap 35 when we get underway. Schwartz from Thaxton, from Landwehr, from Arms, from Mazzella, your top 5. Mark Whitley down in 15th. Then a longer time than usual on pit road. Pace car is off. Moflo Racing controls positions 1 and 3, so we'll see another good team restart, and that's exactly what happened. The 66 pushing that 58. Good teamwork there on the restart. And that 66 is clear into 2nd. We saw him so effective at Gateway last week on the restarts. And more of the same here at Michigan. Back underway. 1-2. Thaxton solo by himself. Randy Arms, the Speed Zone Esports driver. And then Jonathan Mazzella. So all 3 Moflo Racing drivers in the top 5. Another great night for them so far. See if it holds up that way at the end of this thing. 66 pushing his teammate. They're trying to work against Thaxton, who was quick in practice and qualifying. So 2 against 1, that makes sense. Don't fight each other, don't hold each other up, don't burn your tires, just push each other and try and break away a little bit if you can. Looks like that's Cade Ferguson going side by side with James Goodwin. In the Detroit Red Wings car, love to see some sports-related schemes, especially in Michigan. You bring out the Michigan-based team. That's the first side-by-side battle, and Cade Ferguson, first man to dip into the 38s all night in race trim, so he is the quickest lap so far, 38.94. Really quick and inside the top 10. Thaxton was able to break up that Moflo party, though. He gets to the inside of the 66. He'll take that spot away. Now he's in the middle of the Moflo sandwich. Was that no contact made to that left rear Schwartz? It looked like we saw some smoke. And it wasn't the smoke as if my CPU was exploding. It looked like actual kind of a tire rub almost. Side by side for the race lead. That will allow that 66 to push the 58 around the high side, though. .58 should have the runoff. 66 obviously going to help his teammate. Some notable big movers include your race leader, who's up 11, well now 10. Schwartz has half a car length ahead. Ryan Tiller's up 11, having a really strong night. Samuel Lemien up 12. Michael McElroy missed a few weeks due to work, but he's back and up 14, so really good in his return. Looking to make it 15. Travis De Leon up 14, and Kevin Boley up 10. So several big movers here. And we're still not even to the halfway point of this race. Still going at it between your top 2 side by side. They've dropped Landwehr by 2/10. A little bit of contact there between the both of them. turn number 3. They're both trying to occupy that second groove. Almost sliding up into each other. Still almost more contact, maybe a little bit of netcode contact. Still going at it. Nothing's more than just beating and banging a little bit. At almost 200 miles an hour. Looks like Randy's car had a major malfunction and it has returned to normal. And there is nothing separating these guys. What's crazy about it is they're a tenth faster than everybody else, and they're going side by side, beating and banging. Looks might finally have. They had half a car, almost a whole car. Still not able to separate themselves from one another. Just dropping landwear ever so slightly. Doesn't get much closer than that. Landwear's got a front row seat. Faxon will nose ahead. Schwartz will get the run off the corners. Faxon had a really good 3 and 4 there, though, so he'll actually look to lead this lap. And he does by about 1/100 of a second. Schwartz has the run down the front stretch, though. And status quo heading into turn number 1, side by side yet again. Let's look through the field. A lot of single file in the top 10, minus your leaders. Even that has finally resolved itself. Schwartz, excellent through 1 and 2, gets the lead back. First side by side, we got to go all the way back to 20th. The battle for 20th, Eric Shields looking to the inside of Michael Davis. And I'll be very curious. Let's go on board here with Mr. Sean Anderson, check in on the fuel saving that he's been doing, if any. He's in the draft of Larry McDonald, so that helps save a little bit of fuel. I bet you he's saving, though. No, he's not. Interesting. Lon Henschel, who started out so strong, sits 27th. Sean Anderson not on the strategy I thought he would be. No, we know he's got some speed. Haven't seen him been involved in any incidents, but he is about a second off of Billy Davison in 24th, so what I expected. My pick to win. Should have known better. And again, side by side for the race lead. And side by side for third now. Michigan is putting on a classic as always. Thaxton will finally get the lead. See if Schwartz fights him back. Yes, they swap lines. After so many laps of Thaxton and on the bottom and Schwartz up top, go ahead and reverse it. And here comes Landwehr right back into the party. And 66 trying to get up there and help his teammate. Lead has swapped a handful of times just in the last 3 or 4 laps. 15 laps to go till the fuel window open, or not the fuel window, I guess the next round of green flag pit stops we can potentially see. Corey Blevins put it on lap 32. He can go a bit longer, as can Zach Scare and Billy Davison, Sean Anderson, Larry McDonald. So those are the only guys that could even potentially save enough fuel, I feel like, to get, pull off a miracle. Everybody else should be coming in right around lap 60-ish, a little bit after with the caution laps that we had. Thaxton back to the lead. Side by side between the 3 and the 42. Couple of side-by-side battles to speak of. Couple right here. Quisenberry, he's still going. He didn't have no blown engine. Back of the car was torn off. Toe was knocked out of line. So he's actually making decent enough speed. So, I mean, he's just out there running laps, trying to learn a little bit, maybe. He's making up, spots on track, but doesn't really mean a whole lot. And then at the front, it's almost 3 against 1. as Randy Arms, the technical alliance between Speed Zone and MoFlo, falls under one big umbrella. And there's Mazzella as well, so Thaxton doesn't have a whole lot of friends up here. He's trying to do it all on his own. Ryan Tiller's entered the party as well, so 6 cars separated by half a second going at it. Very impressive stuff. Michigan delivering. They're all in that second groove. Not uncommon, though. That's what Thaxton said would be the dominant line. Now Landwehr gets back to second. MoFlo 1-2 for the time being. They're all playing nice, trying to stay in each other's tire tracks, trying to draft. Maybe save a little fuel. But that's Quisenberry. I mean, he had top 10 speed. I hate it for him. He probably had top 10 speed last week, too. Caught up in an incident at Gateway. So he's racing for pride, and he is quick. He is actually the quickest car on track because he came down and took tires, so... But I mean, he's still running decently competitive lap times, only about a 2/10 off of really everybody else. And that's with the damage that he can't get fixed. So 20 laps behind, but he's still fighting. He'll get his airtime one way or another, I suppose. 20 lap fresher tires, even with that left side damage, and he is moving. Corey Blevins was third in stage number 1, but really hasn't found the speed since then. Although he did come and pit again under caution, so he's trying to find a way back up. I don't think he's necessarily saving any fuel, though, so we'll see how that plays out for these guys. If you're Quisenberry, though, the last thing you want to do is cause a wreck. You just hopefully get clear here and kind of sail off in the distance. He gets one of his laps back the hard way with a beat-up left side of that 75, and he'll actually pull shorts and Landwehr. He's the leader of this train right now. And if you're the rest of those guys, you can't really argue with it. He's 20 lap fresh tires. He's quick, so just whatever. Let him do his thing. He's on his way, side by side for second again. Let's go on board with Randy here. He's got a great shot of all this. The front 3 going at it. Nothing separating them. We have officially hit the halfway point. William Bowman has officially called it quits. He is out of the race. Joseph McGill, Ben Thomas remains to be seen if they come back out. So they could pick up 2 spots each should they elect to do so. They could get around DeWalt and William Bowman, so... They'd only have to do 1 lap to get it. But a big old train first back to really 10th, 1.1 seconds on board with the caboose, William K. Price. And that's just one big snake of cars. Love that paint scheme from Cade Ferguson ahead of him. Chevy drives the Motor City. Absolutely love that. Lucas Reed having a good race. Looking for his first top 10 of the season, potentially. Qualified inside the top 10. He's pretty much been in the top 10, 15 the whole night. He's half a second back from the top 10 and their train. Michael McElroy another half a second back, and then 3/10 and seconds. So gap's starting to get a little bit bigger in the back half of the field. Von Henschel on pit road, and that's like the second or third time that he's slid coming onto pit road, so not really sure what's up with this 45. He started well. And just something is not clicking, or there's, having a pit for some reason, but something is just not working for that 45 machine. I know he's involved in the first wreck, but made an unnecessary or unscheduled pit stop under green, and then had to come down again, maybe for a penalty, and he spun to serve the penalty, but it's been a rough night for that 45 machine, and he has officially called it quits. A spot up for grabs for Quisenberry if he wants it, and I think he will. Michael Davis on pit road, as is Larry McDonald. A little early, I would have thought, but nothing to risk if you're outside the top 20 at this point. Try something a little different. Maybe you catch a caution. Looks like 4 tires and fuel for the both of them. And they'll be some of the quickest cars on the racetrack. Thaxton coming in. Cade Ferguson coming in. So I guess this does, I mean, it's almost 30, but thought they could have gone a little bit long with the caution laps after the stage. James Goodwin coming in. So yeah, first round of green flag pit stops underway. Thaxton pulled the trigger. We'll try the undercut on MoFlo Racing. We'll see if they respond on this lap. If not, they most likely lose the lead, assuming it was a clean entry and exit from Thaxton. Acquisition's so important here. As a result, everybody's going to be coming in, except for Ryan Tiller, Lucas Reed, but it is a 5-car trade. Randy Arms is around in the pit lane, so that'll lose him time. Was there contact? No, just very aggressive. Keep it off of your teammate. And around goes the 8 machine, so that'll lose him a handful of seconds. Ryan Tiller gets the bonus point for leading a lap. He's in, as everyone else is getting their right sides on, so lost probably about 7 seconds there. Way to salvage something, I guess. Schwartz will lead off. Mazzella with a good pit stop. Whitley right there. Then McElroy, Travis DeLeon, and then here comes the second group. Tiller, Demien, William K. Price, Lucas Reed, Casey Brown. Tony Scarbo gets a bonus point. Corey Blevins going to stay out. And Thaxton will have the lead by about 2.5 seconds. So 1 lap, 2.5 seconds. Well executed there from Thaxton. Maybe caught him napping. It's about 3 seconds in all honesty. 2.9 back to Mazzella, who jumped these guys as well. So great pit stop for Mazzella. And now Quisenberry back off cycle. He will not be the quickest car. Everyone that he just flew by will fly right back past him. Scarbo is in. So give Corey Blevins a bonus point. Every point counts. If you have the fuel, why not? So only the top 3 have yet to pit. Thaxton, 2.6 seconds. Clear of Mazzella. He doesn't have the drafting help that these guys do. It's 5 in a line. They're all drafting together. So he does not have that working for him. They're kind of all pulling themselves to him. As Mazzella continues to lead this group of 5. Back to Cade Ferguson, Ryan Tiller, Samuel Demien, William K. Price. Those 3 pitted together. And Randy has joined their group now because of his little half spin onto pit road. And then kind of the group, all the groups are kind of together where they pitted. Sean Anderson is in. There'll be no fuel miracle for him. Only Corey Blevins and Billy Davison remain out on the racetrack. So just 2. And they would need to save a lot more fuel. 10 more laps if they would want a miracle, but put it on 32. So you expect them to come in any second now, and there goes Blevins. Billy Davison to the lead for the first time this season. And the 42 machine, we'll see if he wants 1 more lap to guarantee himself that bonus point. Thaxton will cycle around to the lead, but this group is coming with the drafting help. 1.5 seconds now. Thaxton is saving a little bit of tires, though. So he's kind of waiting on him to get there. And he said, all right, once you get to me, then we can start racing a little bit. And Davison, the 42 machine, got about 23 seconds or so on the leaders. He'll stay out. Guarantee himself a bonus point for leading the lap. And then we'll imagine he'll come in pretty quick to complete the cycle of green flag pit stops. He's running a 40.70. Leaders are running 39s and 38s. On board here with Mazzella, who has not led. But if he can get around Thaxton and Davison will pit, then he will be first man. It'll be the first time he's led tonight for him. And Davison is in and on pit road. And the gap is 0.7 of a second from Josh Thaxton, your new race leader. And that round of green flag pit stops has definitely shaken things up. That wasn't me this time. That was actually Mazzella blinking a little bit as he closes in on the leaders. Or the leader now. Just under 40 to go. One more pit stop for everybody. Closest battle right now. Look at these 4 cars under a blanket. Casey Brown, Michael McElroy, Lucas Reed, Tony Scarbo. 3 wide through turn 3. Scarbo, the meat in the sandwich there. They're all trying to search around, look for some grip. Scarbo with no drafting help, though, on the front stretch. Michael Davis, James Goodwin just half a second back from that. As Thaxton has been caught by the group of 4, really 5. Cade Ferguson right in this fight. Don't discount him, 1.2 seconds behind. Him and Thaxton pitted on lap 54. Mazzella, Schwartz, Landwehr, and Whitley lap 55. Demien, Tiller, William K. Price, 56. Scarbo, 57. So a couple guys with a couple laps fresher tires. We'll see if that plays a role in this run, the second to final one. These 3 guys drafting. You kind of think Thaxton's a sitting duck. We'll see how he manages it, though. Still some good battles throughout this field. McElroy, Scarbo going at it side by side. Corey Blevins and Kevin Boley. This is for the last spot in the top 20. Boley with a little bit of left side damage. Blevins with a little bit of right side damage. Blevins will take the spot away for now. Ahead of them. Scarbo did get ahead of McElroy. 13th. Top 4 going at it really hard. Cade Ferguson trying to get in this battle, but he's actually dropping back to Demien, Tiller, and William Price. And they have 2 lap fresher tires than him, so for Demien to want to get this pass done, they have fresher tires than all of the leaders, so Samuel Demien, Ryan Tiller, William K. Price, they are a factor in this race. Let's go on board here. I mean, there it is. You can see him from William K. Price back to 9th. 2 seconds. And then Randy got to be kicking himself for that half spin onto pit road. Got him down in 10th all by himself. And with the lap older tires and the guys just ahead of him. Be curious to see when everybody pulls the trigger, because we are coming into the final fuel window here in about 4 laps. Maybe 5 laps. And I know they just pitted, you know, just not even 10 laps ago. But do you come in immediately and try and make the benefit of those fresh tires? Or do you just kind of split it in half again? When do you make that final stop? For somebody like James Goodwin, nothing to lose. You had a good clean race. If you think you can finish 17th regardless, do you come in and try your luck? Sean Anderson, who's finally moving back up the field, just broke the top 15. I'm just curious who tries to go all 30 laps or who splits it in half, does 15-15. We got to crank it up, Redemption. Absolutely coming in on 30 to go. Yeah, it is a bit weird to hear myself talk. Do miss Art. Hope he's feeling better soon. Appreciate the resting my voice. Got a sip of water. We're ready for the final 30 laps of the Mike Shepard Memorial 200 laps. 200 miles. Ben Thomas and Joseph McGill came back out. So they passed William Bowman and Mike DeWalt. They secure a top 30 finish. And there are 3 laps separating themselves. Ben Thomas got in 2 minutes quicker, and he's 2 minutes ahead of Joseph McGill. So good work by the 2 crew to secure that extra spot. And so the running order finally set. Daniel Hashey never started in 33rd. So 32 cars tonight. Mike DeWalt, last of those. William Bowman 31st. Joseph McGill and Ben Thomas 29th and 30th, still up in the air, but just officially, I guess, because Von Henschel's out too. So 3 cars out. Ben Thomas and Joseph McGill will not catch them. So officially, 3 cars out of the race. Von Henschel will finish 28th. William Bowman will finish 31st. Mike DeWalt 32nd. Quisenberry locked into 27th pretty much. 29th still up for grabs. 4 laps separating these two. We'll see who guts it out to the end. So a couple positions still to be settled there. And then everything to play for at the front. Coming in on 25 laps to go. Kevin Boley going to pull the trigger with his right side damage. Trying to get a little bit fixed. And he'll be the first man on new tires. Trying to get inside of that top 20. So he is in the fuel window. I like the call. 25 laps. I mean, you're not going a full fuel run, so there you go. Why not take advantage of it? A little longer pit stop for the 99. Probably trying to get some of that damage fixed. Probably not enjoying the handling of his car. And I must say, once they caught Thaxton in this group before, they were not able to get around him. Timo Demien quickly arriving on the scene, bringing William K. Price with him. Cade Ferguson was able to hold off Tiller and Randy. So that pack that was led by Demien kind of split in half a little bit. We'll see how the MoFlo boys react. 3 in a line, 3 inside the top 4. They'd love to have a straight up 1, 2, 3, do the podium interview all at once. It'll be a solid night. 25 laps to go. Green flag pit stops are underway for the final time. Ryan Tiller and Randy Arms going to pull the trigger. And I like this move. They got nothing to lose. They're not going the full fuel run. So we should see everybody else in here pretty quickly. They could have got another 5 to 10 laps, roughly. They'll come in now for the final stop. Needs to be perfect. No half spins on the pit road. No speeding. Don't overshoot your box. Looks like everybody nailed it. Tiller out. Tiller does get ahead of Randy. They came in just even. Tiller just a little bit ahead as they go 1 lap down. They're going to hope for at least a couple laps to get back on the lead lap. Don't want to have to take the wave around. Eric Shields is in for his final stop. Brandon French. Casey Brown, Travis De Leon. Stops perfectly in the middle of his box. So Tiller, they were 9th and 10th. And on the outlap, Randy got back ahead of Tiller. So they guys are going at it. Gilroy got back by scare, but let's take a quick look at how he did it. And down into turn number 3. Just drives it in there, slides up, gets back to the throttle first, powers up. And there goes Sean Anderson on the fresh tires by both of them. Michael Davis. Corey Blevins, 12th and 13th. But who blinks from the lead group as now they got guys trying to unlap themselves. They will lose time to these guys. They'll know it. They can see it. So we'll see if that elicits a response. James Goodwin is in from 15th. Randy unlaps himself the hard way. Tiller going to do it here in a couple 100 yards. He'll get the move done. Thaxton pulls in right behind him, trying to get some draft. Cade Ferguson in from 8th. Oh, and he's going to back it into the wall. On the money stop, just too aggressive, or actually goes nose first into the wall. Killing his hopes of a top 10, and he'll get it going, and it's just all gone wrong for that 28 machine. What happened here? Rather than do the 3-point turn in traffic, he just goes. It's just all gone horribly wrong for that 28 machine. Down to 25th. As Blevins is in, Billy Davis is in, Michael Davis is in. Here comes everybody. There goes Landwehr. A race-ending mistake for the 66. Puts him out of contention, still trying to get it going the right way. Here's how they did it. They're all trying to beat Thaxton. They're all sliding. And around he goes. So that'll end his chances of going back-to-back. The top 4 stayed out. Mark Whitley did not pit with them. Neither did Demien, Lucas Reed, or Zach Scare. Wayne Ruprecht still hanging on. He put it on 56, so he can go a couple laps. Here comes Randy Arms. And Randy and Tiller are going to be your net leaders. But with 5 lap older tires, you got to think it's a matter of time before they get run back down. About 2.5 seconds. Demien in. Lucas Reed is in, so only the top 2 have stayed out. And Wayne Ruprecht, who's currently 5th. Yeah, 2.5 seconds, 5 laps the difference. Mazzella beat Thaxton off of pit road. Thaxton trying to take the spot back immediately. Landwehr down to 14th. Cade Ferguson had to serve a penalty. Down in 25th. And Kevin Boley, we saw he was taking that long pit stop. He's officially out of the race. He'll be 26th. Actually, he'll be 27th if Quisenberry keeps on, and he will. So Quisenberry will be locked into 26th. Kevin Boley gets 27th. Ben Thomas and Joseph McGill still going at it over 29th. A couple laps separating them. Top 3 still have not yet pitted. Oh, Demien just flying around the 77 there on his fresh tires. So that shows you how much time they're giving up. William K. Price just set the fastest lap of the race. 38.63. .55, I'm not sure that I quite understand. And just the top 3. Whitley will be the quickest car on the racetrack at the end of this race. And here comes the 77 in as Wayne Ruprecht goes out. Oh, he's coming back in. This looks like he didn't know where his box was almost. Which Discord? But Whitley and Zach Scare finally make their final pit stops. That gives the lead back to Randy Arms and Tiller, who are being chased down by Thaxton. Schwartz and Mazzella trying to work together. Here comes William K. Price into the mix. It's all kicking off. 16 laps to go. Scare out. Landwehr will most likely finish 11th here. Well, he's got a couple guys on old tires. Maybe 9th, but that's had almost a top 5 locked in. Spun on the money stop. Coming in too hot. Whitley will come out 8th. And he's only 3.5 seconds behind the leaders. And he's got a couple laps fresher tires. So Whitley and Demien not out of this thing yet. We'll see if they can work together to get back in the fight. They're 3 seconds off of the lead pack. And here is the battle for the lead. Tiller, Randy Arms holding off Thaxton and Mazzella as much as they can. It's kind of a futile effort in the end. Thaxton to the inside. And he just doesn't have the grip. Shorts coming to his inside. Side tires on the apron. And he won't hold up him too much, I'd assume. William K. Price looking for his first podium of the season. Just got to get around two cars, one of them on older tires. And Demien and Whitley, they've gained half a second in that last lap on the leading group. What does Shorts have? They both pitted on lap 80, so it's kind of best on best. What do you got? Have a 21 lap run to the end. You're in the draft. When do you make your move? As Mazzella and Price have got on by, so it's the 4 cars that pitted on lap 80. In the top 4, Randy and Tiller dropping ever so slightly. Another 2/10 gain for Demien and Whitley. We're going to hope for maybe a top 5 at the minimum. Maybe something a little bit more if the tires from the leading 4 fall off a cliff. Casey Brown kind of running a lonely race, but it's a race inside the top 10. For now, he's got Landwehr coming on fresh tires, and Randy's coming... No, Randy was just blinking out. He said he was pitting. I couldn't believe it. He blinked for a second. Now he's back. Casey Brown, yeah, he's going to try and hold on to that 10th spot, but he's got 2 cars coming behind him on quicker tires. Would love to pick up his first top 10 of the season. Sean Anderson, solid rebound in the second half of the race. Lucas Reed and Michael Davis and McElroy still battling it out. And those are all the close battles inside of a second that we have. And the Corey Blevins still there in the mix. So Whitley and Demien have dispatched Ryan Tiller. They're 6th and 7th. They'll look to be 5th and 6th here in a minute when they get around Randy, probably in a lap or 2. then it's about 2 seconds to the tail end of that leading group. So they're going to hope that Randy doesn't hold him up too much. And here is the battle for the lead. Schwartz and Thaxton going at it again. All race it's been these two. Mazzella, William Price, they've been right there. Landwehr's in the mix before his spin. 10 laps to go. Whitley and Demien have dispatched Randy Arms. Demien has 1.7 seconds to the bumper of William Price. And if they got anything left, they're going to have to use it pretty quick. But the lead two are going at it pretty aggressively, holding each other up slightly. Maybe. Demien and Whitley are a tenth faster. They're the two quickest cars on the racetrack right now. And the top 6 are the 6 quickest out of anybody. So Whitley's going to start getting a little bit more aggressive, pushing that 21, trying to make up time. As these two still are side by side. They were side by side for the stage win. Could they be side by side for the race win? We'll find out in just a handful of laps. 9 to go. 8 to go at the line. Thaxton, incredible consistency in the first 6 races. 4 top 5s in the first 5, looking to make it 5 in 6, and a win potentially. Schwartz cuts the nose off. Whitley thinks he's quicker than Demien. He wants to lead these two. 1.5 seconds to the back bumper of William K. Price. What happens if they catch the lead draft? Whitley pitted on lap 84, so 4 lap fresher tires than the leading 4. It's a lot of 4s. But Thaxton and Schwartz going at it. Trying to slide job each other, cross each other over, and blocks being thrown. All of the above. Coming to 7 laps to go. They haven't been able to separate themselves all race. Why would it be any different with 7 laps to go? All the while, Whitley has actually dropped Demien. He's a second back of William K. Price. He's in the lead draft, coming to 6 laps to go. Mark Whitley's in the fight for the win. 1.5 seconds to your race leader. And he was 3/10 quicker. He can get there. Quisenberry goes high, lets the leaders through, very respectful. Larry McDonald, last car on the lead lap in 22nd, will also yield. Let the leaders go on by on the low side. Thaxton has a little bit of a gap, 2 car lengths, but that's as big as the gap has been all night for him. So he'll take it. Whitley 1.3 back. He's still charging. He'll get the draft from Quisenberry, so that'll help out. We expect the lap cars to still yield high. That's exactly what they do. Mad props to the 80 and the 75. 1.2 seconds from Whitley to the lead group. Just make sure you avoid Larry McDonald, and the hunt is on. 5 laps to go. I don't know that he has enough time to pass 4 cars. Almost has to be a car a lap starting next lap. But he is the quickest car on the racetrack, another 2.5 tenths quicker. Thaxton is pulling away from Schwartz. So as long as Whitley doesn't get shot out of a cannon, you think it's Thaxton's. He started on pole, was the quickest in practice, and now he's trying to complete the trifecta. The gap, though, between first and fifth, 1 second exactly in closing. The 77 has to clear the 34 this time by if he wants any shot. Can't get held up by anybody. 9 tenths of a second. Running out of laps, but has the tire advantage, 8 tenths of a second. It's just that close with 4 laps to go. Not for a lack of trying. Thaxton still 3 car lengths clear. Here's the battle for the final spot in the top 10. Anderson has caught Casey Brown. But our attention is on the leading 5. Thaxton to the inside of Cade Ferguson. Does Schwartz have one more attack in him? 3 laps to go. Joseph McGill coming down pit road. Tony Scarborough also on pit road. Mazzella, can he push him up there? Whitley does get past Price. Loses a little bit of time. 8.5 tenths back with coming to 2 laps to go. You can see the leading 3. Can he at least get the podium? It'd have to be half a second a lap plus in the final 2 laps to pull out a miracle. The 41 trying to push Schwartz up there. It's 3.5 car lengths, though, with 2 laps to go. Dirty air just too much to overcome, it looks like. Whitley still the quickest car on the racetrack, but only by a tenth. He'll run out of time. He'll get it down to about half a second. But it's an incredible drive from him nonetheless. As they have now started fighting for second, they realize they can't catch Thaxton. As iRacing does iRacing things. But white flag, race is official. Half a second, that infighting between the 41 and the 58 allows Whitley to get up to 3rd. Can he take away 2nd? Out of turn number 2 for the final time, Whitley cleared a 3rd, but it is Josh Thaxton, half a second away from Jonathan Mazzella. No pressure from behind, just needs to work through 3 and 4 perfectly. And it is the trifecta for Josh Thaxton here tonight in the Mike Sheppard Memorial 200. Quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying, and he'll win the race. A dominating night in Michigan for Josh Thaxton. Jonathan Mazzella 2nd, Mark Whitley comes home 3rd. Schwartz and Price round out your top 5. We're still battling to the line. Sean Anderson gets Casey Brown by a 10th. All the way down to Brandon French, last car on the lead lap. 21 cars as he works through 3 and 4. As the sun starts to set on the Irish hills of Michigan. Race will be finished right there. All 21 cars on the lead lap cross the line. But what a race between the top 5 all night long. But it is Josh Thaxton. Said he'd have to watch that right front for the long runs. And that's what he did. He came home a winner. 5 top 5s in 6 races. And a win to boot. So far, the closest contender to Mark Whitley. And he did a nice job here tonight, that's for sure. Quickest in all 3 sessions. Parks it in Gatorade, Victory Lane. The Express Esports driver will be thrilled. Let's go ahead and get the request for media. They're already all in here. They know the drill. Well done, fellas. But here with your race winner, Josh Thaxton. You were quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying. You win the race. I talked to you right as you were gridding up. You said the key tonight would be watching that right front and just try not to burn up the stuff on the long run. And safe to say, it looks like you're able to do that. Managed the pit stops well. And just was in a fierce fight with a lot of guys tonight. Short specifically, you guys were trading the lead every couple hundred feet. But talk me through that and how you're able to persevere over those guys.
Yeah, I didn't think the draft was going to play an effect here, but it was, and that's like we weren't able to get away from each other, and that's why they were able to like stay there and like run me down. But like I figured the tires were going to like wear out and we'd split apart, but I don't know. I guess there's something with their draft model here too.
Yeah, definitely. You lost the stage. That's the only thing you didn't win here tonight, but that's because Schwartz took tires under that first caution, a little bit of an alternate strategy, but you get second in stage in a photo finish, and then you kind of, you're like, oh, you won the battle, I win the war. But yeah, really close all night long. You executed on the money stop when some guys were having some issues. Then it was just all about maintaining the dirty air from the guys behind you, not able to make a move, and you just kind of make sure you have a little bit of right front left at the end, and it comes home a comfortable 4/10 of a second victory, which is probably the biggest it was all night with the draft and whatnot. But a dominating performance in all three phases, and you come home a winner here tonight. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yep. We'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
I want to thank the league and for putting it on. You guys for broadcasting for us. Express Esports, they do a good job supporting me on the open side. And I think that's about it.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. Wish you a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you back here after the New Year.
All right, thank you, Max.
Yep. And then with Jonathan Mazzella, there we go. I see you jumping around. You can't hide. Picks up his first top 5 of the season, first podium to boot. It's always been quick at Michigan, and tonight was no different. You qualified in the 4th position, and you're pretty much always in that leading group with your teammates and going at it for the lead. Do you think you could have done anything different here tonight to get the extra half a second for the win?
Hey, yo, I'm on TV. This was great. I was trying to encourage Schwartz and Thaxton to battle, if you couldn't tell, and I just waited too long to push there. I didn't think I had anything left to push, but it worked on Schwartz. It did not work on Thaxton. Good win for him. Awesome race.
Yeah, absolutely. That leading probably like 5 or 6 cars, we saw it numerous times. The draft was a big factor. No one really able to separate themselves, so the pressure was on to perform pretty much from the drop of the green flag, and any mistake, on pit road or anything like that sends you outside the top 10. But cool under pressure, nailed the pit stops, and you were there all night long, and maybe a slight slip up there, or a little bit quicker on and off pit road, and things play out a little differently. But it was a great performance and a well-deserved finish, and building some momentum here in the midway part of the regular season.
Yeah, the track was super fast. I've never been to Michigan and had that much grip, so it made it kind of a freight train for everybody. But on that last pit stop, I did pass him coming on the pit road and made it, but I was just too slow on my outlap, and he got back around. I knew it was over then. So great race. I had fun. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Before you go, we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you got any.
Hey, of course, you for broadcasting every week, and my team for putting up on me.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the strong P2 here tonight. Wish you a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you back here after the New Year.
Merry Christmas, sir. Bye.
And then here with Mark Whitley, who wished tonight's race was the Mike Shepard Memorial 205, and he just needed a couple more laps, was the quickest car on track at the end of this thing. Pitted 4 laps after everybody else, and put those new tires to good effect. Kind of a similar story. He was in that leading group all night, the freight train as it might be known to become called, and did a nice job again with the pit stops, taking care of his stuff. Was there at the end, and another solid night for the championship leader. Mark, talk me through it.
Yeah, the first run there, qualifying, I ran faster than anybody did in practice, and everybody else found time, and wasn't the greatest qualifying effort, so just kind of rim-rode up to the front, and I think we just kind of used up the tires a little bit too much and fell back a little bit right before the stage, and got a little bump from somebody behind and got me tight, and I just barely hit the wall a little bit off a 2 and had a little bit of damage, and got it fixed under the stage. And after that, it was just about making up ground, and it was just slowly, one at a time, just trying to keep tires on it. Finally got up to that lead group in that last run there for that last pit stop, and I was running 5th, and I was like, well, I don't know. We're all pretty much even the way this track is right now, so I need to try something crazy, something wild. I got a couple wins in the bank, so I can afford to play it a little risky. So I ran it out. I could have went maybe a half lap longer on gas. Took 2 tires. I figured it would loosen it up because it was building tight the whole night. Took 2 tires, just enough gas to get to the end, and cut 4 seconds off the pit stop, and I still came out behind them, but I was slowly inching up on them there, and I'd say probably the middle of that run, that's the best the car felt all night on those 2 tires, and just got there a little bit too late. Like I said, if it had been about 4 or 5 more laps, it might have had something. I don't know. It felt like the tires were starting to starting to even out. So I'm not sure if I'd have been able to just blow by them like I had the last couple laps. But it was something. Just try something crazy, see if it worked. And then this, got us from 5th to 3rd, and a couple more laps, we might have had a chance for the win. So I'll take it. Risky strategy whenever you can afford to do it. It's always fun. It's always, you never know what's going to happen until the end of the race. So, like I said, just kind of threw caution to the wind, and it kind of worked out.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just now realizing that too. The pit time, 11.1 seconds. So yeah, that's even more incredible that you did it on 2 tires. You were moving after those guys. But yeah, it was pretty impressive. Like you said, a fun race. Just having to minimize mistakes. You're low as 15th at one point. I was like, what's he doing back there? He's outside the top 10. That's weird.
Yeah, I had to fix the damage.
But a good fight back. And obviously, you keep pace pretty much with Thaxton. He'll gain a little bit on you, but still maintaining the championship lead as we head into our off week for Christmas, and pretty much the perfect first half of the regular season. Just impressive consistency, speed, and doing all the little things right. But congratulations on the podium, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Yeah, big shout out Harpoon Design, Brantley over here. He spotted me the first half of the race. Had to go do something else the second half of the race. He had a prior commitment. Does awesome work. Love his paint schemes. Love the car he's done for me this season. Might, new year, might try to switch it up, try something fancy for the second half of the regular season. We'll find out. Check him out at harpoondesign.com, or if you just want to check out some of his other work, he's got almost 2,000 paints on Trading Paint, so he's got something for everybody. Another shout out to my grandparents. I think my granddad usually tunes into the YouTube VOD after the next day whenever you put it up. So can't wait for him to see it. I know my dad, he's a little new with Twitch, but he's getting the hang of it, I think. Appreciate them tuning in. Always appreciative of them, their support. Huge shout out to my other teammates. They helped me, all my leagues. They helped me prepare, helped me race. Fierce competitors, pushed me to be better. Appreciate all the Driven Motorsports guys. And then I guess big shout out to the league. Tonight was a little. I hate to say it was an off race because we only had like 2 or 3 cautions, but for here that's been kind of an off night. So I guess that's bad when your worst race has 3 or 4 cautions and it feels pretty good. So shout out to the whole league for that, and shout out for you putting on a good broadcast. Can't wait to go back and watch it back, see how it goes. Maybe see how the last couple laps what it was playing out for the spectators, and go after it. Get a week off here for Christmas, and then come back in the new year.
Yeah, absolutely. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the week off. We'll see you back here right after the new year. So enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a year older when I get back. My birthday is this New Year's Eve. So
there you go.
Be a year older.
Definitely have an excuse to have a party there. So Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, Happy New Year. You got a lot of stuff coming up. So enjoy it, and we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Sounds good, man. Yep. Later.
Yep. Here with Landon Quisenberry, Cade Ferguson. This is kind of the race of if we just had a little bit of luck on our side, we're both in the top 10, 200. Landon, you got net coded on lap 7, and then Cade just a little bit too hot on that final green flag pit stop, and that's kind of the difference between some really good finishes for you guys. You had a lot of speed tonight, both of you.
Yeah, cars are fast. I don't know, just like the last 5 minutes of practice, I figured out how to not suck here. And then I ran 79 good ones, and just that was the pit stop I needed to go right, and just kind of overcooked it, trying to do too much.
Yeah, it just shows you have to be, the little things definitely add up. You could be as quick as you want in race pace qualifying, but, under braking on pit road entry, just that little bit catches somebody off guard, and around you went, and it was like that awkward angle right as people were coming in the pit, so you had to wait and go back out and then come back in, and it's just like, oh, man. But you had really good speed. You were with the leading group at times tonight, so it was fun watching you up there battling. Had a great paint scheme to boot, too, so, you take that away from tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
And
I wish you would have gotten the top 10.
Yeah, and then Landon, you were really quick too. You were moving up the field just in those first. You had really 7 laps to prove yourself tonight, and then in those first 7 laps, you were moving up the field really quick. And then, like I said, you got net coded pretty bad. Turned you around, required repairs, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, netcode's kind of putting it lightly. But I mean, yeah, I gained 10 spots in the first 6 laps, and I felt really good. And then I know who I was racing around, and I know that they raced like pretty much for every spot, every lap, no matter what spot or what lap it is. And I figured something like that was coming, and they just tried to predict what I was going to do, and I got hooked. And then what made it worse is I probably would have been okay, and then the car that was in last saw the whole wreck happen for the whole straightaway and never dropped below 100 miles per hour until I was getting slammed in the side, which killed the steering box. So I don't know, it's just frustrating. But I went out, I had fun. I drove past the leaders on fresh tires.
We did see that. We did.
I said new leader over in the chat.
You were on TV for that. So yeah, even with the damage, you had some decent speed even after all that. So yeah.
Yeah, I just had to salvage, find out how this season's going. So I'm just gonna keep driving for a win and keep trying. And then yeah, I really don't have much to add. I might just steal one little quote from Ryan Tiller about 2 weeks ago and say I'm loving it. So
there you go. Yeah, but I do appreciate the dedication and the commitment to come back out on track 20 plus laps down, and you picked up a couple spots for your efforts, so you get a little something for the troubles. But there you go.
Yeah, never give up.
Never give up.
Back down, never what?
Oh, jeez. But yeah, y'all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you back here after the New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
That was impressive to watch. It was fun.
Hello, fellas.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hello.
Here with the rest of the Speed Zone guys. Solid nights from them. Samuel Demien up 13 spots. Him and Tiller were going at it. Randy right there in the mix too. Randy with a little haspin on his last stop. Pit road entrance was difficult for a couple people, but he almost took out Schwartz in the process too. But that was okay. But you recovered well enough for a top 10, and a really solid night from you guys tonight.
Yeah, I was going for style points tonight.
There you go. But yeah, you were up there going at it. And kind of all of you guys were in the leading group at one point. Tiller, you were working with the 21 machine. You guys were drafting together and almost caught that lead group there towards the end a little bit.
Oh yeah. No, you go. No, you go.
It was interesting. You had Clean Air was fast, but if you were working with two people, you could also catch up too. So it was kind of a mix of strategies there.
Yeah, the draft was stronger than I think a couple people were anticipating tonight. And if you didn't have like a couple guys working with you, it was actually probably a little bit slower, all things considered, with how long the front and back straightaways are.
Oh yeah, you definitely had a Daytona pit with 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
So you already had your interview.
Oh, my bad, dog. I'm excited.
And yeah, since Swartz, you were in the podium positions. You lost it right at the death there. Forgot to mention the alternate strategy paid off for you. Took tires on lap 7. Ended up winning you the stage there.
Wasn't for lack of trying. It actually gave me a run for it.
Yes, he did.
We were trading paint all night, so it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely, but stage win, 4th place for you. Not a bad night at the office by any means. And then that got really quiet on me. Not all at once. But yeah, just a really
don't everybody speak at once.
Was it something I said? But now another clean night from you guys, from all of you. Decent speed, and yeah, really fun Michigan race. Love coming here. Love racing here. Love broadcasting here. And we'll see you guys after the new year. Enjoy your Christmas and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, bud.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah, have a good one. Yep, you too.
You too.
Here with Kevin Boley and William Bowman. Yeah, that was certainly one of the races of all time. William, you were caught up in that lap 7
nonsense.
Yeah, the lap 7, whatever it was, incident. It was a little bit netcode, but could have been avoided anyways. But whatever it was,
oh yeah,
you got caught up in the second half of it. Car shoots to the inside wall, bounces off of it, shoots right up the racetrack, and that was pretty much all she wrote for you.
Oh yeah, 30 minutes required, another 15 optional, so that was done.
Yeah, but I just I saw you on pit road, but yeah, it is what it is. One of those races, you can't really avoid it.
Yeah, it definitely could have been avoided.
The initial incident could have been
Part
avoided.
of racing with
Yeah.
5 laps to go, or 5 laps into a 100-lap race. It's got to give and take a little bit better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. But hate it for you.
So,
We know you usually have decent speed here. We just didn't get the luck, heat-seeking missile bouncing back up the track.
No, had my name written all over it, I guess.
Yeah, you were due, I guess. But
yeah.
And then Kevin, you had some decent speed at times tonight, inside the top 15 a couple of times, and then I saw you had some right side damage, and then eventually having to kind of park it there after that.
Yeah,
last pit stop.
smashed the wall. Smashed the wall, and after that, I was 20 mile an hour slower, so I just figured I'd just get out of the way.
Yeah, decent enough. Yeah, respectful of the leaders, I guess. But yeah, you were quick up until then. But I know the turn 2, turn 4 walls, they kind of jump out at you on the exit, pretty bad sometimes.
For sure.
Definitely. Well, appreciate the time, fellas. Y'all have a great Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
You the same, man.
Yep.
Merry Christmas.
Right. You too, man. Have a good one.
Yep. Here with James Goodwin and Joseph McGill. 100 laps at Michigan. What was the main takeaway tonight?
Overall, felt good. Unfortunately, we lost Joe pretty early in that first wreck. He was just in the wrong place. But.
Yeah, he was in that second half where everything kind of we had the initial incident, and then second half of the wreck, everything kind of exploded, and it was nowhere to go. But
yeah.
But James, I believe you got a stage point for your troubles tonight. I think you pitted with shorts. I think, if I remember correctly, you got 10th with those fresh tires. You're able to steal a point there at the end of stage 1.
I did actually. I think I snuck up into 9th is what I believe I was at. Just because I think Blevins had an issue with his car right then the last couple of laps. I got around him, but yeah, no. Last second I'm like, I'm gonna be a little more aggressive, see if I can't sneak in for a stage point or two, and worked out. I was happy with it.
Yeah, definitely getting a couple stage points for free, and then obviously it didn't really affect the long term viability of the race strategy. Had enough tires to get to the end, and fighting for top 15 all night, and kept the car in one piece. Brought home 16th.
Overall, felt great. Can't be too upset with that.
There you go. But appreciate the time, fellas. You'll have a great Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Same to you guys. Thank you.
Yep. Last but certainly not least, we got Brandon French, Travis DeLeon, Zach Scared 100 laps at Michigan. How we feeling?
Horrible.
What was that, Zach?
Horrible.
You gained 12 spots. What was horrible about it?
That was difficult, man. My arms hurt.
Fair enough. But yeah, Travis gained 12 spots as well. He was right ahead of you, 17th and 18th. Brandon French, 10 spots, ended up 21st tonight. So you guys were all on the move tonight, getting some passes done and coming home with some decent finishes.
We were just listening to Mike.
Yeah, where did he run off to? He was doing pretty good too. He's up 15 spots.
He had to go to do homework.
Oh, jeez.
Weren't there 12 people that quit?
There was only 3 people that retired from the race, so there you go.
Don't be trying to rain on a parade, all right? Listen.
Yeah, rain on my parade, yeah.
Hey, you missed the lap 7 wreck, and then you still passed people. There's only 3 people that were out of the race because of that lap 7 wreck. So there you go.
Rip Bowman.
Right, no shot.
Bowman.
Right up into him. Car bounced off the wall. Bounced off the pit wall and said, "All right, Bowman, you're coming with me. I'm taking somebody with me," and it was him.
What's going on with your screen watching all the hoods fly?
I don't know. I just think my computer was like, "All right, buddy, we're done." CPU was like, "I'm over." Well, it was kind of it wasn't even Xfinity. I know I rag on Xfinity all the time, but it wasn't all their fault. It was like my connection to iRacing specifically. I don't know. It was like an iRacing thing tonight. It was weird.
The stream froze a couple times.
Yeah.
When I logged on earlier and I went to join into that Michigan race with like 5 minutes to go, I'm in the sim and it pops up this message. I've never seen it before. And it says, "Sim not found."
What?
It's like, I'm here. What do you mean not found, right?
Right. So then I had to basically back out, rejoin, and it rejoined like normal. Sim not found.
Wild. Yeah, I don't know what it was up with tonight. I've never seen the stuff it was doing tonight. I know Xfinity, I think it crapped out first 5 minutes when we were loading everything up. But like after that, it was just like an iRacing thing. It was like, listen, buddy, whatever you're doing is too much. We're just gonna. It was weird.
Acting up.
But second half of the race, it quit it. We had a fun race. Michigan, love watching people go at it 3-4 wide, and it was fun.
No doubt. It's always
Definitely
fun.
a tire saving race.
Yes, it was. Have to save that right front for sure.
Which I cannot do.
Oh, look who's back.
Nick Elroy, your return to Tuesday nights was a success. You come home 13th plus 15 spots. Well done.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it wasn't a bad race.
Yeah, you were fighting for a top 10 at times, but you had really good speed. Didn't screw up pit stops. A couple other people did.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. So that's why I dropped back to 16th. I actually messed up my last pit stop. I entered not the pit road. I entered my pit box a little sideways, so it said too far to the left, so I had to back up and reset. So.
Yeah. I would have never admitted that. I said, "Oh, the broadcaster said I didn't mess up tonight." Yeah, I'll take that. I would have never admitted that. But
we're too honest here.
He's too humble. It's like, oh no, I'm not perfect. I was just sideways in my box.
He's too humble. He had to just come back in so he can get his little 5 seconds of limelight here.
Oh, jeez.
No. The boys don't have any homework tonight, so.
Oh well, okay.
He was just leaving. He was just leaving.
Look at that
you guys.
excuse. Now it's exactly. He made an excuse.
Fancy, you're here. Interview me. No, I'm just kidding.
But solid race from you guys. And obviously, Bowman got deleted, but not his fault, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a solid race for the rest of you guys, and we get a week break. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks.
Definitely got to be some practice.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Yep, y'all have a good one.
You as well. You as well.
See ya.
See ya.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh, jeez. Alrighty, that'll do it for me. Obviously, Art under the weather. Missed out on another good race. They had, 2 cautions? 3? Just 2 in the stage, so not a bad night at all. 32 cars going at it. Here are the final race results. If they will pop up. There we go. Josh Thaxton just under half a second over Jonathan Mazzella. Mark Whitley on the podium yet again. First top 10 of the season for Ryan Tiller. So good night from him. We had, I believe it was... I don't actually remember, but... Let's see if it's not. It's going to freeze on us. How about that? It froze on us. Brutal. Doesn't want to show us the rest of the race results. But nevertheless, Zach's here down in 18th. It's going to freeze. So we'll just read them out. Zach's here 18th. Billy Davison 19th. Eric Shields 20th. Brandon French 21st. Larry McDonald 22nd. Wayne Ruprecht 23rd. Cade Ferguson 24th. Look who decided to show back up. There you go. And Brandon French last car in the lead lap in 21st. Larry McDonald first car 1 lap down, beating Wayne Ruprecht. Cade Ferguson had that issue on pit road. Tony Scarborough not actually sure what happened to that 59. I think he just had an incident and just kind of parked it. Same thing with Kevin Boley. Quisenberry fought back to 26, got a couple spots for free. Von Henschel had to park it after a couple mistakes on pit road entry. We saw what happened to Ben Thomas, Joseph McGill, Mike DeWalt, and that was it. 32 drivers in William Bowman. So it's actually going to classify DeWalt ahead of Bowman. They were on the same lap, but I guess it was pit box. And then Daniel Hashey never took the green flags. That is your 32 car field here tonight for the Mike Shepard Memorial 200. We will be off next week for Christmas, so we'll be back January 2nd as LSRL heads to their 7th race of the season at Bristol. So looking forward to that. You'll have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And we'll see y'all back here in 2 weeks. Y'all take care.